This episode of Jocks and Jills is brought to you by Shark Ninja, Shark Beauty, Shark Home, and Ninja Kitchen. And today, we want to tell you about the Shark Cryo Glow Cooling and LED Face Mask. It's the only med spa-inspired mask to combine clinically tested IQ LED technology and InstaChill cold technology for results starting with the touch of a button. Just select your routine, track your progress, adjust your chill level, and enjoy. It's not skincare, it's skin tech. Only Cryo Glow combines high-energy LEDs, deep penetrating infrared, and under-eye cooling. And good news, we got a discount code for y'all. It's JOCKS15 when you're on the Shark Ninja or Shark Beauty website. Thank you very much to Shark Ninja, a proud founding partner of the PWHL, our presenting sponsor here at Jocks and Jills. Okay, big episode. So much has happened the last few days in the PWHL. Episode 25. And by the way, everyone, last episode I said keep me honest, and then I opened the episode by saying episode 23, and nobody even messaged me about it. So please, like I said, keep me honest. Hi, Tessa. How's your weekend been?
It was Monday. We let it slide for you.
That's fine. Thank you. I appreciate everyone not being on me for that. I do appreciate it.
I'm good. I'm great. The weather, we had like this crazy, weird, warm, like slushy spell, which to me, I detest. If it's winter, give me winter, baby. Like I want it all.
Commit to it. Yep, agreed.
Don't mess with me like that. I don't like washing snowsuits. I don't want to do that. But we got this cold snap, and like Ed and I were so tired we wanted to go to bed, but we're like committed to the ODR in the backyard. So we went out late night, did our like homemade Zamboni.
Nice.
To the point where we were out there. We gave it an hour to freeze, and then we went back out and played around while the kids were sleeping at like 11 at night.
Oh, that's so fun for you guys. I love that.
Dude, it was the best. I got these flash puck things. It's like these pucks that literally light up, like they're lights.
Yeah.
So it keeps the kids out there when we actually get them out there, and it like probably about 5 to 10 minutes longer than they want to be because their fingers are frozen. But like as an adult, I feel like they're adult toys more than they're kids.
Yeah.
Like or at least I'm an adult child. I'm not sure. But like it is fun to the point where I got this new CCM stick. CCM had sent me the new Vision.
Oh, how about that? We will chat about that because I got that in the mail too. And it's absolutely the most stunning stick I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, it's got this like mid flex point thing I was talking about. I'm like, I don't know, I'll see how it goes. I was worried for like my neighbors' houses. I was like, I'm gonna break some windows here.
You were ripping?
And like I'm not one to brag about my shot because I got a muffin of all muffins, okay? And I was zipping them. Like, I can't wait for Tuesday. Shirley Girlies, watch out.
Ooh, we love it. You got the Vision and you got the shot popping. I love that for you. I went skiing over the past few days. We got so much snow. So fun. I haven't been on the hill in a couple years. So it was awesome. Liam too. Liam is one of the, and I feel like there's a lot of people that listen to this podcast that will resonate with this. Liam, my fiance, is like one of those AAA hockey kids that wasn't really allowed to do that many downhill snow sports in his youth. And as such, he's forced to learn as an adult, which I really commend because, man, downhill skiing and snowboarding a lot easier to learn when you're a child.
I want to say as a kid, like for the parents out there, it's not that like they're not allowed because they kind of also aren't, but like where do you have the time?
That's what it was. It wasn't that he wasn't allowed. It just like never, like, yeah, when would he have done it?
Never.
And then if you're really committed to hockey, you don't want to risk an injury. Like,
yo, I gotta say, I don't even know if I've mentioned this on here before. Sorry, I've got like total mom brain, everyone, if I'm repeating myself. There's a spot around here called The Pond in Burlington. Michelle Moore, her family runs it. She's the skate coach for the Leafs. And they run a 3-on-3 league for kids to play in. And it's during the week after school. And it's rammed with families that enjoy going on ski trips and stuff. And I was like, to a point where Ed and I were like, wait a minute, are we doing this wrong?
You did mention that. That's awesome. The more sports you could do, like the better. Yeah. Speaking of sports, I don't even know if we could talk about anything related to our own lives right now because so much happened this weekend in the PWHL. Let's get to our headlines in the PW. Okay, we got huge news, and as such, we need to bring in our heavy hitter. Let's bring in Emma Buckles to react to this huge 6-player trade between Ottawa and Vancouver. Ottawa receives Michaela Cava, Brooke McQuigg, and Emma Greco. Vancouver receives Manon McMahon, Anna Meixna, and Anna Shokina. Wow! What a big trade that just gets dropped on Sunday night after that wild takeover tour game in Washington. Can I get your initial reactions? Tessa, let's start with you and then we'll go to Buckles.
This trade screamed to me that both teams knew what they were looking for and wanted. So some people might be looking at him going, you're giving up Cava and, McQuigg, I mean, obviously the Frost were not happy about losing Cava, but Ken Cleven went on to say, like, losing Brooke McQuigg was tough. Like, she's a solid depth player. And then, both win Walter Cups, plural. And then you go, well, why would they give that up? And it's like, well, because Vancouver clearly knew what they wanted. I love Anna Meixna.
Yeah.
I gotta say, I love that kid. And give her more ice time. Let's see what happens. Anna Shokina, like we said, she's just angry. She's got a goal and 4 assists in 12 games played her first season in the P-Dub. To me, that's like, okay, she could be ready for something. Let's see what, a new change of scenery does for her. And I don't want to not talk about Manny McMahon or Emma Greco, but those were the 4 names that really stuck out to me when I was like, okay, both these teams know exactly where they want to plug these players in, and they went and got them and they agreed. Fair trade. This is what we want.
Yeah. Buckles, thoughts?
Okay, I'm going to go a little bit different here. I think this is an absolute steal for Ottawa.
Yeah.
I'm just going to call it for what it is. I've known all these players for a while now, and just knowing what they're going to bring to that locker room and that team, I just think that this is exactly what Ottawa needs.
Ottawa's a problem now. Like, hey,
man, yeah.
Like they've had their win streak, but let's just be honest. Jenny's holding down the offensive flair. Rebecca Leslie is also pulling some big time weight. But to have Cava in that mix now, like, come on now. I think this is going to be huge for the Charge. And to be honest, I think they're winning this trade. You got like a solid stay-at-home defender, and then McQuigg, close to home for her as well and her family. I'm sure they're fired up about that. But I'm really excited to see how obviously these 3 that were big for the Charge locker room are going to make their shift over for the Goldeneyes. They need some support right now. They really do.
Yeah. Both these teams are struggling to score. So I see what you mean, Tessa, by both of these teams kind of identifying something that they want and going after it. But Buckles, I agree with you in that, and maybe I'm biased for this, maybe it's my Thunder Bay bias, I would never trade Michaela Cava. I would never trade her. And honestly, I would never trade Brooke McQuigg either. Like, just 2 players that know how to win. Anytime you see 4 Walter Cups go out the door in one trade and you don't see one come back, I know all those players made appearances in the finals last year, but man, like, when you got players that know how to win, Michaela Cava wins. She wins wherever she goes. And I know I'm talking about those 2 players specifically. That's it's no slight to any of the other players involved in the trade here, but I don't see, if I had the keys to any team, I would never trade McQuigg. I just think that's a hard-nosed player that you hate to play against and that does really well in front of the net. And I would never trade Michaela Cava because she just wins wherever she goes.
And it's crazy to me too, because like, it's your first season in the league and your team is a bunch of new players playing together and you're just trying to find your footing. And I feel like Vancouver's like so close to making that turn. Yeah. And then you're just going to throw another Yahtzee in the mix, But clearly it's like, we got to do better now. And maybe that's sending a message to the rest of the team. Like, no one's untouchable here. Go to work. Start winning games.
Yeah. Can I also say that separating Michaela Cava and Emma Greco at the height of heated rivalry craze would have just like caused riots that wouldn't have been allowed. So I'm very happy that happened.
I'm with you, Julia, on that one. We talked about this beforehand. I'm so glad you brought that up. Yeah, so that's important. That's important.
Ladies, please. There are couples that play against each other regularly in this league, and we are not crying for them. They will be fine.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I was happy to see this one, honestly. They went out there together. I'm glad that they were kept together in this trade. I know it's not a deal breaker, but like I said, we are at the height of heated rivalry craze. Like, we cannot be separating iconic PWHL couples at this time. Any other thoughts here on what this kind of provides for both teams? I know both of them like near the bottom of the standings outside a playoff spot right now. Maybe a little bit of a kick in the pants for both.
I think Ottawa's playing the right way, even though it's not reflecting in the standings as much as it should. But I think they're trending in the right direction. And like, I don't want to say, Ottawa is a bottom half team right now. If you watch their games, you wouldn't assume as such. It was just the beginning of the season, took a minute to get the train rolling downhill. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Yep. And I think this is an uptick. Like, I don't think it's going to take long for Cava to fit in with this team. I don't think it's going to take long for McQuaig to start to contribute. Like I think this is an immediate impact, and everyone in that locker room is smiling right now. Not because of the players they lost. I know Mike Snow was loved, adored in that locker room. Their PR guy JF Jean-Francois could not speak highly enough about her when I was like, hey, I think we might want to get her on the pod post Olympics. Let's set something up, and she was stoked. She's like, book it next week kind of thing. And I was just like, what a great kid. Like, heck yeah. I like the way she plays. I think she's going to do good thing for Vancouver. So Vancouver, you got a player. Like that's someone that's going to go to battle every day for the logo on the front. But in Ottawa's sake, I feel like watch the climb, like Miley Cyrus style. It's the climb and they're on it, man.
But truly, trades are tough. Trades are tough for fans who get attached, obviously. For the players
you were traded.
themselves.
What's it like for you?
I'm getting flashbacks right now. But no, it is tough. Getting that call and whatnot. It was a decision of mine, so that was easier. But for these players to kind of have their world shaken up a little bit, it's going to be difficult. But like you said, Tessa, like it's a Yahtzee. Like there's no better way to wake up a locker room and a team than being like, okay, yeah, these beloved players, like, okay, they're going to be beloved in another locker room. Like it sucks, but then it's like, welcome in. Like there's these new spark plugs. How are they going to work? How can we use them to our advantage? And I'm excited to see if this is something that really changes the direction for both of these teams.
Before we move on to talking about what Bucky's going to talk about next week and a fun little segment we have for you, Bucks. It's good to have you back, bud. We missed you on this pod.
I miss you guys. Miss you guys a lot.
Buckles. You're absolutely ripping it up on Wednesdays with Flo on Jocks Next Gen. So
yeah, everyone
make sure you're listening to that too if you miss Buckles on the show as much as we miss her. And also, while you guys were just chatting there, I realized, sorry, this is just going off topic. I realized that all the Thunder Bay players in the league are on Ottawa now, including Haley Irwin.
Irv.
So that is trouble. You're right. Ottawa's trouble right now. Speaking of trouble, Buckles, we're going to have you on again. We're recording this a little bit early, everyone. We usually record on Mondays. We're recording this on Sunday because we have a different, very fun shoot, which you will see soon that we're doing on Monday. So we're recording this a little bit early. So we will talk about the U18 gold medal game later this week, and Buckles will have you on for a full U18s review. We'll also have a full Bean Pot review then too. Championship for that game goes down Tuesday night. And we have a question about the Bean Pot for you specifically.
Okay, I'm ready for it.
We'll do, so this is an early Send It segment. This is a bonus Send It segment for all of you.
Okay.
It reads, hi, Jilly Beans. Question, why is the Bean Pot called the Bean Pot? Is the Bean Pot short for the lesbian pot and named after Buckles? Thanks for your insight. XOXO, maybe poo poo.
Wow. Where do I start with that? I was like, this is a legit question. I was just about to say, I have no idea what the Bean Pot was named after. Like, we can go back to
Beantown, Boston, right?
I Googled it.
I'm going to
guess. You're supposed to be a Boston legend. Like, come on.
Yeah. Okay. I'm like, yeah, that's totally why. It's Beantown. But yeah, great question. I'm so glad you sent that in. No, it's not named after specifically for me, as much as I would love that. But yeah, the full term lesbian pot. Yeah,
lesbian.
Lesbian pot. Yeah, we should definitely toss that in the mix at some point for sure.
This is by far. So. This is going to go in the Jillies as the best segment question. Like we got to have the best.
I'm not joking. I had tears in my eyes when I read that. So thank you, Maybe Poo Poo, for providing it to us. We really appreciate it. When I Googled the reason that it's called the Bean Pot, yeah, Tessa, you're exactly right. Named after Boston's historical association with baked beans. I think the trophy is like also shaped like a bean pot.
It is.
A pot of beans?
Where like there's a specific vessel called a bean pot where you traditionally bake your beans. And that's what the top of the trophy is shaped like.
Girls,
see, this was a silly question, but now it's become educational.
I'll send a photo. It is, the best part is I never thought anything of it. I did pour a bunch of beer in that bean pot though, and that thing leaks. So for the girls that win it, don't do that.
Don't
see what these bean pots are now. They're nice. I kind of like them.
I know. I want to have some beans stewing on the stove in one of those bad boys.
Jesus.
Stewing on the stove.
Okay. Now that we've been weird and we discussed that trade, Buckles, thank you very much. Again, catch her Wednesdays, Jocks Next Gen. Make sure you're tuning in. Buckles and Florence Schelling, 2 legends of the game. Beanpot champs?
Both.
Yeah.
Aren't they? Or no. Does Flo have one?
She does.
She does.
Double
does.
Beanpot champs.
Double beans.
MPP doesn't have one. So, anyways,
yeah,
guys.
you rubbed it in her face real good.
Okay, bye, guys.
Bye, Buckles. Oh, gosh darn it. We love Buckles on this show.
Yeah.
Yeah, wild trade. Okay, well, let's keep it going here. Friday night was also an exciting night in the PWHL. Sick overtime finish for Minnesota. Heisey with the fake slapper again over to Kendall Coyne-Schofield, leading the league in goals and points right now. And Minnesota just continues to roll here, Tess.
Yeah. Strange, this is the first time these two teams met this season. I was like, no way. I had to go back into the schedule. And I'm like, wow, that is correct. Strange. Nice to see Hensley back between the pipes.
Yes.
It's been a minute. Late December was the last time she played. I got to say, though, the jailbreak goal from New York, the Philly to O'Brien, that feels so easy.
Yep, it feels right.
The way Philly got it and just sent a perfect sauce up, and O'Brien was just like, I'm already going. Like, I need more of that in my life. I love that. I was literally like, yep. As soon as Philly launched it, I was like, there's no way that's not going in. Like, it was perfect. It was beautiful. But Minnesota just always finds a way to regain a lead. And it's because anytime any team has like a defensive lapse, the Frost always capitalize, which is what makes the Frost Walter Cup champs back to back and wanting to go back to back to back. And seemingly, it kind of seems like they're trending in that direction as well. I don't want to jinx it or anything. So Minnesota, please don't hate me. But they make you pay. Like on the curl goal, heads up play by Heisey. Like there's never not a play for Minnesota. There's always a play. Like Heisey was in the corner.
Yeah.
O'Brien came out to play it. Like there's always a play for this team. Panic comes out of the corner untouched. Like no New York player around her. And like Panic's having a freaking year. She's already surpassed her goal tally from last season in half the amount of games. Obviously, it's an Olympic year, so you expect her to be cooking, but like cooking like that, Kelly Panic, my goodness, she's a fine wine. You mentioned Kendall Coyne-Schofield and Taylor Heisey. Taylor Heisey is a problem for the entire world right now because the Olympics are coming and everything she's touching is turning to goals. And it's like, it kind of seems unfair sometimes. I'm like, is this allowed to like be that good? You know? Heisey's on a perfect tear. I love this for Minnesota. Both Coyne and Heisey are on 3-game point streaks. Like they're cruising. On top of it, 4 of the league's 6 top scorers are Minnesota Frost. Like, you guys, everyone start paying attention. And like when that line's out there, you just have to have a shutdown line. Sorry. Or even when Heisey's out there, period. You just got to have someone that's just like stick on Heisey all of the time. It's crazy. Anyways, it was a good showing in New York. How many fans did you say were there, Julia?
Over 4,000. Shout out to the Pizza Rats and their fans. 4,200 over that in the stands at the Pru on Friday night. We love to see it. And honestly, I thought New York was real good in this game. You're right. A couple defensive lapses, and Minnesota's always going to capitalize on those.
Yeah.
Kaylee Osborne, just absolutely unreal. Obviously, we'll talk about her more a little bit later in the show because she's on a tear. But yeah, Minnesota or New York's still really good in that game. Hey, that was your FanDuel pick too. So give yourself a little check mark for that.
I get one.
You were right.
Was that my first one?
No, you got 2 in a row now, girl.
What?
You're soaring and flying.
Jeepers.
Yeah,
okay.
love to see it. Okay, so that was the game on Friday night.
And that was New York's first loss since December 21st, by the way.
Wow. Yeah. Holy New York.
There's a reason why they're sitting in second right now.
Looking so good doing it.
Yeah.
Friday night, Sarah Nurse also activated from LTIR.
Like, this girl, the timing.
She just knows how to make an entrance. She knows how to make an impact. And it was on the eve of Battle on Bay. Vancouver, Toronto, her old team going head to head. Of course, she's only played in 1 game this season, that opening game in Vancouver when she got the first goal in franchise history. She's been sidelined since then. And yeah, she makes her debut in this game. And first of all, just general Battle on Bay thoughts. Always an amazing game. Always an amazing showing. Like, just the fans in that building are so incredible. Olympians doing the puck drop. Like, just a great game in general. And Sarah Nurse gets on the scoreboard in her first game back. Like, I love
Piper
to see
Gillis and Lori Dupuis, couple of legends, Olympic legends. Piper Gillis, obviously figure skater, badass, the stuff she does. She's such a good skater. It's crazy. She's awesome too. Great person. Dupes. Lori Dupuis. She is one of my favorite characters to have ever played the game. Like, I remember my first camp being like, oh man, like I'm going to get beat up. I hope she's on my team. And she wasn't. And I did get beat up. Like, she was just like, you're a rookie. You're getting the end of my stick in your ribs every time. But like, loved her for it. You know, glad she was Canadian and obviously a legend in the game. But very cool way to start the game. Toronto like massively outshot Van in this game, Julia. But like almost half of the shots came in the first period, where a point I was just like, are they gonna like show up for MASH at some point? Like, is MASH gonna say something? You know what I mean? Which is tough. But I mean, I love that MASH played the way that she did. I loved that game for her. She's had like 2 games now where she's faced 40 plus shots. Anyways, Nursey scoring in her first game back was it was basically the script that needed to be written and executed well. She was, you know, almost net front side of the net kind of, but it was beautiful. And I liked it because she said after the game, like she knew she had to show up, like she had to play, because she's only played 1 game this season and she was named to an Olympic roster, and she didn't want everyone to just be like, of course Sarah's on the roster. She's like, I need to show why I made this team. And yeah, like Nursey, you're a player. She's a gamer. And the fact that she felt that responsibility, I think is great, but also she's going to have that hunger no matter what.
Of course.
Like whether the team was named or not, you know, Nursey was going to show up. It's in Toronto. Like she's from not far down the road here in the GTA.
Yeah, she probably had so much family in the stands yesterday or
100%. I hope her grandma was there. Nice to see Harman get on the board. It's been a long time since Harman has found the back of the net. I cheered for her, and I was also happy for her because obviously she fell short of that US roster for the Olympics, but I was just happy for her. You could see the Selly in her was just something great. In overtime, as soon as Watts had that shift, you just knew she was going to score. I think she had like 3 scoring chances on that one shift, like right before she finished it. It was just like she looped around, tried her shot, looped back around, got her rebound. Like it was just like the puck was following her. It was like, no, you're supposed to score now. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. And it was on a T for her. She was meant to score that goal.
100%. Absolutely. Tough for Van though. They hate playing on the road still.
I know.
102-6.
Yeah.
They got to figure that out. And albeit like they've had a tough travel schedule. It's got to be. But this is what being a pro is. You just got to find a way to win games no matter what, no matter where.
Yeah. It just feels like they're right there. And the standings, like, I feel like the standings, if you're in the league, like me and you, we're media, like we'll sit here and we'll yap about the standings. I feel like if you are in the league, you shouldn't even look at the standings because like so much can happen with 1 or 2 regulation wins. And if you're looking at the standings, you are going to be riding such an emotional roller coaster for the entire year. Like you just got to ignore
You're never
it,
out of
honestly.
it.
No, you're never out of it in a 3-point regulation league. So yeah, that was an awesome one in Toronto for the Battle on Bay. And then holy moly, what a takeover tour game in Washington.
Told you.
Yeah, an absolute, like a record breaker. First of all, new U.S. attendance record, 17,228 people in attendance. And what a warm welcome from absolutely everyone in D.C. It was so cool to see the girls doing the puck drop the night before. Very cool that it was Pride Night as well. Haley Skimura, I didn't realize that her dad played for the Washington Capitals. That's where her parents met. Well, I knew that he played for the Caps, but I didn't realize like that was her parents' origin story. So that's kind of like her roots. She walked in wearing her dad's old jersey. Thought that was so special. And I've like talked for a minute and I haven't talked about the hockey game yet, which was absolutely such a treat. One of the best games of the season, I think, so far. It had absolutely everything. Sick goals, insane physicality, a little bit of drama with a disallowed goal, that big scrum at the end. I almost swore because I was like so fired up about it. Big scrum at the end. Like, what were your highlights?
You say disallowed goal. I don't even think it was allowed at first, but a goal that could have been.
I shouldn't say disallowed goal. That's actually too far.
Yeah. Well, first of all, what a save.
Oh my gosh.
Whether it was in or not, we'll never know, everybody, because we don't have we don't know where that puck was.
The call was correct, I think. Like you could not conclusively say the puck was over the line. So
that's
I think
the rule.
Yeah.
I
can understand Montreal's frustration there. And if you all follow us on
Instagram and you go to the video that we posted of it, Abby Rock and Kaylee Osborne are in the comments arguing over whether or not it's a goal. So I would go check that out if I were you.
Yeah.
It's a good exchange.
Culty with a goal. She's up to 8 this season, second most in the league, which is wicked.
I feel like sometimes when players go first overall, like there's an expectation for them to just step in and be good and contribute offensively. And like Culty was kind of in that position. So maybe, and like we're drooling over the defenders, and the defenders have had such a big impact on their team so far. Maybe we haven't been giving Culty enough love because she's been doing exactly what she set out to do coming into the league.
Score goals. That's what she's doing. That's her job. And she knows it. She even got into the rough stuff at the end of the game too. I don't know if her helmet popped off, but it was off for a minute.
She loves it.
Yeah. Osborne was sick in this game. Like Kaylee Osborne, I don't know what you're eating in the morning or how many hours at night you're sleeping, but whatever it is working. This is perfect. It's like a New York dream. Like they're going to just start carrying her around in like one of those olden day, when the dudes carry the queen around.
Yeah. I don't know what the name is for that, but I can picture exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
That's not a throne. Is it? A throne is a one place. Thrones are stagnant, right?
Yeah. A portable throne? What are we even talking about? Either way, she's going to be a queen in New York. By the way, New York, you're up. Like I want to see if New York can break this attendance record in the States. I've got faith.
I think MSG's like, if it doesn't break it, it's going to come real close. There's so much hype around that game in April.
Yeah.
Absolutely pumped about it.
The body contact in this game was insane. There was just like check after check. Like DC got a show. Like this was something to go home and talk about. Like if they left with a ton of new fans, I'll tell you that. Because if you went to this game and were like, meh, I don't know if I like the P-dub. Well, you just don't like hockey then. That's what it is.
Unbelievable.
This was
game.
Wicked.
That Gosling hit on Peyton Levis, and really happy
into the bench.
Oh my gosh. And I honestly, I know she got a penalty from it. Kind of like that Levis stood up for herself, like whatever. And then she contributes on the game-winning goal as well. So that's always the best kind of revenge.
Yeah. That was a Pooh shot too. I don't even think Pooh got all of it. Like I felt like there could have been more on it, but nonetheless, like Osborne was there.
Yeah.
The fight at the end, it was just Montreal battling to the buzzer to try and get that goal. And New York didn't want them even touching their goalie. And Pooh was in the mix. Obviously, Abby Rock was in there. Flaherty was in there. Culty was in there. Micah Zandy Hart was in there. And it was just like all these big names just hucking bombs. Like
I love it. I love it. Taylor Gerard, who, by the way, like another person that deserves all the love this year. She's been doing everything for the New York Siren. She's been awesome. I think she flew into that fight late from the bench, though, so wouldn't be surprised. Like just the game, she looks absolutely wild right now. If you guys go check it out on the PWHL's website. And I think she came in late, so I wouldn't be surprised if we see some supplementary.
She got like one arm tossed by the linesman too at the end there. I was like, ooh,
dude, she came flying in. I forget whose back she jumped on, but yeah. I understand the sentiment 100% when you see your team in it, though.
Takeaways from this game for me is Montreal, you got depth scoring again with Flaherty scoring. Awesome. Keep that rolling. It was a tight game. You guys battled. It wasn't a bad outing. This was just a great hockey game. For New York, you won a very tight game against a very skilled team, and you battled right to the end, and you got that win. It was a 1-goal game. Perfect.
Yeah.
Put that in your back pocket. Start another streak.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I mentioned earlier, guys. So anyways, wild takeover tour game in Washington. Probably the best of the season so far. It sounds like everybody's pretty excited. Washington seems pretty committed to expansion. Also, wait, I didn't even mention this. The jersey swap between Poulin and Ovechkin, all-time leading scorer in the PWHL, all-time leading scorer in the NHL, and then Pierre-Luc Dubois and Kat Dubois swapping jerseys. Yeah. Love to see that too.
That was wicked.
Yeah.
Great job, boys.
Love to see it. Love to see it. I mentioned we're taping this one a little bit early because we have a different shoot tomorrow. We will talk about the Fleet Seattle game on our show on Friday, the late night Sunday game. I mentioned earlier, same thing with U18 Golds. Wanted to mention this quickly. Abby Murphy, that goal that everyone is still talking about over a week later. I kind of said to Liam when it happened, and this is probably a cold take, like everyone said this, but I'm like, there's a generation of kids on the outdoor rink trying that Abby Murphy move now. And we saw the first attempt at it. Evan Fiala gave it a whirl against the Anaheim Ducks.
Yeah, in the NHL. Yeah. Honestly, good. They're going to be taking things from each other. Let's all learn from each other. It's awesome.
Yeah, I'm still in awe of how Abby Murphy pulled that off. And honestly, just seeing other people try to do it just solidifies how insane it was that she pulled that off.
Yeah, and it's not even like this is the first time the NHL has seen something trending in women's hockey. Like you look at now the NHL is doing like walk-in fit photo shoots, like the women, because of how much traction it's gained. Like
I know. And before the NHL walk-in fits were just like suits, and now that they're allowed to wear what they want, it's like actually a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very cool. I like it. Lots to like. And one of the things I was drinking this weekend, I tried out the Pina Colada Clever Mocktail, Tessa, when I was watching some hockey. So good. They are the official mocktail of the PWHL. 0 alcohol, all the fun. They're made from natural, high-quality ingredients. There's 6 flavors to choose from margarita to gin and tonic and mojito. Don't forget that Pina Colada I just mentioned. It is so good. They're non-alcoholic cocktails. They're ready to drink and are crafted with botanical infusions for that wow factor flavor. They're a refined, refreshing option for any moment. They're low-calorie and no sugar options available. They're gluten-free, no hangover, and are available at your favorite grocery store across Canada, or you can order them online at clevermocktails.com. Thank you very much to Clever Mocktails for being a great partner here at jocksinjills and at the PWHL. And now it is time for our interview segment brought to you by AERO with the official chocolate bar of the PWHL. On or off the ice, feel the bubbles melt. Listen, I don't want to say too much before this interview because the introduction is the most important part. So I'm going to let the open of this interview be the introduction.
Can I just say?
Yep.
When I was asking around about this player a little bit, every single person told me she is the most quirky, funny person that like will talk. Like she's hilarious. And I was like, oh, really? Huh. Just know that she chose to sit in a Starbucks to do this interview.
She's awesome. Okay, I got to say it. Here she is on Jocks and Jills, Denisa Křížová.
Yes, Julia.
All right, she's a back-to-back Walter Cup champ. She's got medals at the World Championship. She's been to the Olympics. And we're going to start this interview by doing something we have never done on Jocks and Jills. I always, very firmly introduce the interviewee, the very talented interviewee. But Denisa, there's been so much controversy about how to pronounce your last name throughout the PWHL. I think it might be the most controversial thing over the last 2 seasons. So I'm going to put you on the spot here. Can you please pronounce your last name? How do your parents say it? Is it Křížová or is it Křížová?
So in my language, in my Czech language, it's Křížová. But
Křížová. So it's kind of
Křížová.
Křížová.
It's
Křížová.
Yeah, that was really good, actually. Yeah, that was actually really good.
That's what it
You're
is.
like fluent.
Okay, cool.
Yep, Křížová. But I've just been saying Krizova since day one I got to the States because I just figured it's a little bit easier. And honestly, I don't really mind either way. But yeah, in my language, it's Křížová.
Okay, so we have it on the record here. It is recorded, everyone. So now we have an official answer. Okay, I'm going to try to say it. Denisa Křížová.
That was really good.
That wasn't cheese enough. Denisa Křížová.
Křížová, yeah,
that one was pretty good.
Yeah, that was actually really good. Yeah.
I got it.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
I love it. Now that we have that out of the way.
Wasn't it last year when everyone started like asking about it?
Yes.
Oh, I remember my phone was just blowing out all these questions. How do I say my last name? And I was like, guys, it's okay. Like either way works.
Yeah.
So
honestly, you're so nice, Denisa, because and your niceness, I think, has made everyone be like, oh my God, no, she's okay with it both ways, but we need to say it right.
With it. That's the problem. She doesn't care.
You're too kind. You're too kind.
No, you guys
the broadcasters are all crashing out over this. On this show, Denisa, we like to kind of go all the way back and talk about where players fell in love with hockey and what their introduction to the game was. So can you tell us a little bit about growing up in Czechia and falling in love with hockey and what your first looks at hockey were?
I feel like this is always a question for my parents because I don't really remember much. But no, my dad always played hockey and he wanted me and my sister to learn how to skate. And I think that's just how it all started. I got my first stick and I was chasing the puck around and I just never wanted to leave the ice. Meanwhile, my sister was ready to go home, but I was still there chasing the puck and I always wanted to play. So that's when I fell in love with the game and I'm glad I stick with it.
Was your
Or
sister
my
old?
parents stick with me to
Yeah,
play. Yeah,
that's
Yeah.
fair. Was your sister older or younger than you?
she's older. She's older.
And did she fall in love with a different sport, or are you guys like my sister and I, where we're just like the opposites? You're the athlete and she's the academic.
She's the academic. She's the smarter one. She's the prettier one. Yep. She got all of that. But she
Aw.
loves sports. She loves sports. She loves playing tennis. She loves watching hockey. She loves to skate. So she's athletic. She tries to like play all the sports, but overall, I think I'm the most athletic one or more athletic one, and she's the smart one and academic one and all of that.
It's nice to have that balance. You need it.
Yep, absolutely. She's good with tech. She does all the manager stuff for me every time I have all these questions. She has the answer, so I'm happy to have her.
She's the one you lean on.
That's
That's what the big
awesome.
sis is for, 100%.
Tech support and emotional
Yeah.
support. It's what you need. It's what you need. Were you playing girls organized in Czechia? Was that an option, or were you playing with boys growing up?
With boys, yeah. Back then, when I started playing, there weren't really many girls playing. I didn't even learn about women's hockey till I was like 13 years old. I had no idea that there were girls playing hockey in Czech whatsoever. So it's actually crazy to look back. And now when there's thousands of girls playing in Czech, which is awesome to see. But back then, like I think my dad was the one like digging and trying to see if there's like women's hockey going on even. So yeah, I grew up playing with boys till I was like 15, and then I moved to States to play with girls.
Yeah. What is it because of like what were you from a small town? Was there no obviously the women's hockey wasn't on TV if you had no idea, but is it because you were far removed?
Yeah, like I grew up in a small town, and I think there was only one more girl that played, and she was a little bit older, and that's like all I knew back then, and even like my dad. But there was a team in Prague that he actually like reached out to, and I was able to join them when I was 13. But before that, I had no idea that I could even play with girls.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. And then you jumped right in, eh? You were playing U18s. And so before you went over to the States, you were playing U18s and for the national team at the same time,
Yeah.
before the national team was in the top division?
Yeah, the U18s. Like even now, there's like U16s. Like when I was young, there was not even a U16. That's makes me feel old. But yeah, no, I just played with them, with girls when I was 13. That's when I learned that there's even national team that I could potentially be on. Started with the U18s, and yeah.
Did your dad have to find out like when the U18 tryouts were, or was it like a recruitment process at that time where it was like they would reach out to you so you were found?
So the Prague Czech team in Prague, actually the coach was part of the like national team. So that's kind of how my dad learned all about it, and that's when I been invited to the camps and whatnot as a young kid. But yeah, I think like my dad was mostly the one that kind of like looked around and talked to people. I was 13. All I wanted to do is play hockey. I had no idea. I didn't talk to him about any of that. There's even national team, and I can potentially be on the national team. So yeah, all the thanks to my dad.
Oh, that's really cool. So you mentioned moving over to the States. You went to National Sports Academy. How old were you when you did that? And how did you arrive at that decision?
Yeah, I was 15, and that's when I met actually people in the U18's Czech national team. There was a girl who already played in like classes, and her dad got to talk to my dad, and that's how the whole idea started. And as a young girl being 15, all I wanted to do is play hockey. So it's just like, yeah, like I'm going to do that. But meanwhile, my mom was just like, oh no, where are you going to sleep? Like, who's going to do your laundry? Like, you need visa. Like, she was all about the scenes behind it. But me and my dad, we were like, no, like, we're going to go and play hockey there. So
Yeah.
it was fun for me, but the reality was obviously different when I arrived in the States. Like, I barely speak any English. I didn't understand anything. So that reality hit really, really hard, but I'm happy I did it.
I was going to say, like, it's not like you're just, moving a couple hours away from your parents or like a state or two over. You're going across the pond to like, not
Yeah.
like Lake Placid is a booming metropolis by any means. Like it's very remote, albeit they got a great setup. They got a great setup
Yeah.
there. So did you rely heavily on your teammate to help you really get immersed in everything? And how are you practicing English? Was it just watching TV and relying on your teammates?
Yeah, I was really lucky that I ran into great people there, the great teachers, great coaches. They were helping with everything possible. And yeah, I just spent lots of time with the Google Translator and in the books translating everything. I had an English teacher that was helping me a lot too. Like after hours, after classes, after hockey, like I would spend hours with her to, do my homeworks and even like learn the words and just learn English with her. So it wasn't easy. Like there were multiple times where I just wanted to go home, call my mom, cries, like I'm done. I wanna go home. I don't think I can do this. But I'm glad I stick to it and stayed here.
Oh, that must have been so hard. And your mom, I can't imagine your mom on the other line of that phone call. Was she like, yes, come home, I've got your ticket booked already? Or was she just like, stick it out?
Oh, obviously she was sad and everything, but she was the one like telling me like I can do it, like stick with it, like you have that English teacher there, like just try for a couple more days, couple more months, and we'll see how it goes like after the year. Like obviously I wasn't forced to stay there, but she was telling me like not to give up like right away.
What a good lesson by a mom. That would be so hard for your mom. And you know that she's like sobbing on the second she hangs up the phone.
Yeah. And like back then, there wasn't really much. Like there's no FaceTime. I think we had Skype, where we like Skype like once a week, twice a week. Like didn't really have like much time or not the technology we have nowadays when kids or anyone can like talk to each other daily, whatever you are.
Yeah. That's pretty cool when you were there, though. It's got to be pretty surreal for you to think that, like, at the time you played with, like, Callie Flanagan, Savannah Harmon, like, players like that. And now look at you. Do you guys talk about that ever when you see each other? Are you kind of like, can you guys believe this? Remember what we were doing back in, like, Placid?
Yeah, every time, like, we see each other, like, obviously we have those memories back there. And they always tell me that they remember when I didn't speak any English. So we were just, like, smiling and waving at each other, like, back then. But now it's really, really fun to talk to them. And yeah, it's crazy how time flies.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you remember that being like the hockey part of it, not speaking any, like, was hockey always kind of a universal language once you got to the rink? It wasn't as hard with the language barrier?
Oh yeah, exactly. Hockey was the easiest. Like for me, that's something I looked forward to every single day because coach draw the drills. You could see them. You could go like last in the line if I didn't get it. But the girls were amazing. They were always helping me. It was super fun. I think it was even fun for them to like try to like teach me and whatnot. So now spending time at the ring or at the gym, whatever, with the team, it was always like the easiest part of the day.
I was going to ask, did any of them ask you to teach them Czech? I feel like I would have been all over that. I would have been like, let's have a secret language, you and me. No one here knows.
Yeah, they did. Like the simple hello, how are you? They tried to learn some.
Can you give us one?
Maybe after.
You don't want to swear on the pod. That's fine.
No, maybe
That's
not today.
Maybe not today. That's all good. What was you ended up going to Northeastern. What was the recruiting process like
were you
for you?
aware of that at all? Like any of that? Like any NCAA routes or anything?
I had no idea. I honestly didn't even know there was like a Division 1, Division 3 hockey going on in the States. But the second I learned it, I was like, yeah, like I would love to go play D1 if I have the opportunity and I possibly can. Like I would absolutely love that. And I just didn't know anything about it. I had no idea how the process was and whatnot. So as I said, I had great people like next to me, and my coaches helped me so much. So he was doing all the recruiting, talking to colleges for me, and he'd be like, "Yeah, this college, go check it out," or like, "We'll travel and play at this college next weekend for like a high school tournaments and whatnot. So maybe you can walk around and see if you like that and whatnot." And I was like, "Okay." So I just went with the flow. He really recommended me Northeastern, and coaches at Northeastern were amazing, and they always like reached out, talked to me the most. So I'm happy I landed there.
Who were the schools that lost out on you? Who were looking at you and you were like, "Nah, I'm going to Northeastern"?
The funny one was actually Harvard, and I was like,
"Oh yeah,
how can I go to Harvard? I barely speak English. I don't think I can I don't
Because
think
you're a really good hockey player.
yeah, but can you imagine me at school, like not understand anything at Harvard? I was like, I don't think I can get in even. So that was the funny one. That was the funny one, yeah.
That's good. So when you go there, did you play on? I heard. I don't know if this is true because I know you played 2 years with Kendall Coyne, right? It was 2 years. Did you play on a line with her and Scams?
Yes, we were aligned.
You guys were aligned.
We were aligned.
Okay, to me, I knew
Yeah,
that, but
for
and I look at the line now and I'm like, this is the weirdest line. But like, you guys were awesome.
well, we were having so much fun. It was great. I played with Scan for 3 years actually on the same line, I believe. So maybe it obviously might have changed throughout the season, but most of the time, yeah, fun to think about. It was great to play with both of them.
What was college days Kendall Coyne like? Was she still as serious as she is now?
Yeah.
Always dialed in. But no, she's fun. She's awesome. I like her. And she was great in college. She helped me too with some of my English problems as well. So she was always there for me. And yeah, as you know her, like she's dialed in when she comes to the ring.
Yeah, pretty cool that you guys are teammates again now. I mean, that's pretty sweet.
Yeah, that's awesome. I was really happy when I got drafted to Minnesota, knowing that Kendall's going to be here. And I was just like, yeah, I can't wait to play with her again. I can't wait to have her on my side on my team instead of play against her.
Yeah.
So did you get Kendall to do all your homework? Is that how you made it through college or what happened there?
No, she helped me on the ice as well. Like during practices, there was still like some terms, some words that I didn't understand. The funny one, I didn't know what tire was. It's just like the coach was like, yeah, like you guys can go skate around this tire and pass the puck, shoot, whatever. And I was just like, what's tire? Like I have no idea where I'm going. So she was just showing me like the tire, what it looks like and what I'm supposed to do. And yeah, such a little things like that.
That's hilarious.
What a good teammate. I love how you call it English problems too. I don't know why. I just find that to be a hilarious term
So
for
many
it.
English people have English problems. Don't even worry. It's not just you.
Oh,
It's
really?
a weird language, honestly. Too many things mean the same thing.
I know. Yeah, sometimes you guys don't make it easy with the English, but trying my best.
Yeah, we make it hard for sure. So you did 1 year in the NWHL after college before you headed back over to the SDHL. What did you just want to stay in North America and then you opted to head home, or what was the decision process like in that?
Yeah, it's like I definitely wanted to stay in Boston because Boston's a super fun city. And when I found out that there was the women's like professional league back then, I wanted to join and play with these girls after college too. So I'm glad I did that. Obviously, I just did that for 1 year, which is fine. But I'm really happy I still like stick around and play with these girls there as well.
Yeah, that's sweet. And then you came back, right? Right before the PWHL started? Like what lured you back to North America in 22, 23?
Yeah, so just like after 3 years in Sweden, I learned about the PHF and, they were doing great. Back then it sounded like the league's good. Like the girls were like telling me to go back, play here again. And I was just like, like, why not? I'll give it a year and see what happens. And after a year, the PW happened. So I'm glad I came back and I learned that it's going to be a great new league. And I'm just happy to be back.
So you entered your name in the draft. Were you worried about where you would get chosen, or did it not even matter to you?
Like it didn't matter to me much, but since I already been for 1 year in Minnesota, I was like, it would be great to stay here. Like I don't want to move again. It's like, moving from Boston to Sweden and then from Sweden to Minnesota. And then suddenly if I would have to move somewhere else, it just can be a lot at times. So I was hoping I could stay in Minnesota. But yeah, I would be happy to play for anyone, anywhere. So I just wanted to be part of the league for sure. But super happy, and I'm glad that I stay in Minnesota.
And you get 2 Walter Cups out of it. Pretty awesome. A back-to-back champ just on an absolute wagon of a team. You got to bring the Walter Cup back to Czechia, rather, which is awesome. I saw a photo of your cat sitting in the cup, which I love. Do you have a favorite memory of your 2 trips, bringing the Walter Cup back home?
Well, first of all, it's not really easy to bring it back home. Like they don't make it easy.
Yeah, I
They
was
don't
gonna
make it
say.
easy for you at the airports whatsoever. But I'm really happy I had the opportunity to bring it home. That the league helped me so much and allowed me to bring it home. And then for the first time, like sending to my parents, I think I'll never forget that when I opened the big case in my living room, and just like my dad and my mom were like able to lift it up and look at it. I think that was pretty cool.
I feel like we need the story on the airport
Yeah.
mishaps. It was hard getting it through the airport. Like, do you check that thing? Is it carry on? I don't even know.
So it ended up being a carry-on actually. So like on the way from Minnesota to Czech, I think like you can have 70 pounds, like the heaviest you can have. Walter has like 75. So I went to this one guy.
No.
And he was just like, I cannot do it. Like it's 75 and you can only have 70 pounds. And I was just like, well, so I explained him what it is. I was like, it's Walter Cup. There's literally just the cup and the case. There's nothing I can take out or, there's nothing I can do to make it 70. Everyone's waiting for me in Czech. Like I have all these plans set up, what I'm going to do. Even Clara, like the other Czech girl on Minnesota team, like she had her plans like at home, and I'm just like, no, I need this cup to be a Czech. Walter's traveling with me no matter what. So
He's
he's
coming.
coming. With Delta, they have like different, like at least 5 of the places you can go check in, like priority and whatever, oversight. So this guy was like all the way on the left side. I was just like, I can. So I took the case and went all the way to the like Sky priority line, and there were 2 women checking people in. So I was like, okay,
Nice.
I'm gonna give it another try with those 2 women. And they were like, yeah, like it's 75. Like I don't think we can do that. I'm just like, well, it's the World Cup. So I just explained everything, the whole story again. Like, it's the World Cup. I played for Minnesota. These 2 women couldn't believe it. They're like, oh, no way, it's the World Cup. Can we see it? And I was like, yeah, of course. So I put the case. I like grabbed the cup, give it to them. So they were holding it, like taking pictures. The people in the line like start taking pictures at the airport too. And I was just like, yeah, so I'm actually like trying to bring it home to try to show like my parents and everyone. But yeah, it is a little too heavy. But as you can see, it's only the case and it's only the World Cup. There's nothing for me that I can actually take out. So they put it back, like close the case and everything, and they looked at the screen and they were like, I see 70. And I was like, I see 70 too. They were like, okay, cool. Okay, cool. You're good to go. Like just bring it to oversize and you're good to go. And I was like, oh my God, thank you. So yeah, next time I was like, next time if I ever see you here again, I'll buy you coffee, I'll do anything, but thank you so much. So yeah, the 5 pounds made that one guy made it really, really hard for me. And these 2 ladies, they were just like, no, you got to bring it home. You got to bring it home.
I thought you were going to say they were going to tell you to ditch the case and they're going to assign a seat for Walter. And Walter like actually had a seat next to you. That's what I was expecting out of this.
Well, that's the second part of the story. When I was flying from Prague to Minnesota, that's exactly what happened.
No way.
So not only I had to pay like $400 for like oversized luggage, but they were like, no, we're not doing this. Like we can't. So so I was like, so you want me to take that cup and like have it as a carry-on? And they were like, yeah. So I legit had both the cup as a carry-on the plane, and you cannot even put it like under your feet or next to you, someone sitting next to you. So I legit had to like put it on the overhead bins and had Walter Cup there. So yeah, I guess I got to hoist the cup on the plane every time. I had to like go get it, and
the whole time.
So people were just like looking at me like, who am I? Like having a cup on the plane. I was just like, yeah. But no, it did happen. So it's definitely not easy. They don't make it easy for you to bring it home.
That's awesome. Well, I'm glad it made it there and back. Way to go, Walter.
Yeah, Walter.
Way to go, Walter. He won a
And
world
why
tour.
were you the Walter mule? Why were you the one? You said him, Larova had plans too? You were just the one that had to be responsible?
I was the one in Minnesota at that time, and she's already in Czech. So that's why I was like, I'm going to fly back to Czech with the cup. Like we can have it for a couple of days as well. And then I have to like bring it back. But yeah, Walter almost didn't make it back. Walter almost stayed in Czech.
So Walter was almost a Czech resident for a minute. And was it that wild? Like you brought it back 2 times. Was it tough both times, or was it only tough the first time and
No,
then
that
it
was
was a little easier
that was the second time when it was tough. The first time was super easy. So like that's why the second time I was just like, yeah, it's easy. I guess. I was like, yeah, it's super easy. Like I just check it in, oversized luggage, and I had 0 problems the first time. So I didn't think anything of it. And this whole story happened here.
That's my least favorite part about airports. They're always changing the rules. Like I just want to tell me the rules and I want to follow them. Like sometimes I have to take my shoes off.
Yeah.
Sometimes I have to take my laptop out. Just I hate when the
And
rules are always
it's just
different.
like, it's easier almost to take things out of the States, but it's harder to bring things to the States. And there's the Europeans like rules and then USA rules. It's just, they don't make it easy.
Right.
I want to talk about when you got swooped up in the expansion draft and shipped off to Vancouver. What was your initial reaction? Were you expecting to be chosen, or was that just kind of blindside for you?
Yeah, I had no idea. I actually was in Czech at that time when the draft was happening. And so it was like 4 a.m. for me, or 3 a.m., whatever the time difference was at that time. So I might have been sleeping, to be honest. Woke up next day, like thousands of texts, like walk into the living room and my parents, they were like, oh my God, Denisa, Vancouver picked you. And I was just like, I couldn't believe it. I was just like, oh my God, I cannot believe it. I did not see that coming at all. So definitely was shocked, but it was cool. It was great.
Fair enough. It didn't last long though. I mean, I feel like you got traded right back. Like I feel like you didn't even unpack anything.
Did you have to? I'm like hoping you didn't have to move and then move again.
Yeah, no, I did move everything because you just have no idea that, it's always
oh my God.
Yeah, it's always there. The possibilities are there that, you can get traded anytime, any day. But yeah, I did not think that would happen this fast. So I did have to move everything to Vancouver and settle in there. But yeah, as you said, it was pretty short and sweet. So packed everything back and just happy to be back in Minnesota.
Yeah. Do you have the same roommate? Like, did you get rid of your place and stuff in Minnesota, or were you able to move back into the place where you lived the last couple of years?
Yeah, I was able to move back where I was living the whole summer, so it was pretty sweet. Like it was smooth. If I was ever like meant to be traded and whatnot, I'm really happy it's Minnesota. It was definitely like the easiest transition for me.
Yeah, I think we saw Ken Klee like right after that happened. He was talking about how happy he was to have you back. So obviously they were really excited at that opportunity. Did you see sun at all in Vancouver?
I actually got
there?
super lucky. Out of the 10 days I was up there, I actually saw the sun twice, and it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous.
Whoa.
Like, mountains there, like the city's beautiful. Like I got to actually like walk around and whatnot, and yeah, it was pretty.
That's awesome. I love that you got to go back because you're like fully enthralled in like Minnesota hockey and all that. I heard you're coaching a D3 school in St. Paul.
Yeah, it's actually really fun too. I'm happy I have the time. Not obviously like I cannot make everything, but every time I can go, I love to go there and like hang out around, talk to the girls, help as much as I can.
How'd that come up? Like, how'd that even happen?
I don't even know. I was just like, I like to coach. I like coach during the summer and whatnot. So just like talking people around, and suddenly this opportunity came up, and I was just like, yes, absolutely. Like if I can come and make as many practices, as many games as possible, I'll be there. And it's on it. It's great. I love coaching. It's funny to see the game from the other side.
And all the work that goes in on the back end.
Well, yeah, absolutely. Even with like recruiting and all the things behind it, you don't realize as a player. It's unbelievable what the coaches have to do on a daily basis. And I'm super happy to see all of this and like learn more and more and be on the other side as well.
Yeah, it's really different. It's always interesting. It's honestly most interesting to talk to players who transition into coaching, because it's always that answer. You're always surprised by how much they have to do on a day-to-day basis before players even get to the rink.
I know, yeah, it's exactly. Like, and then I'm telling them to do stop and starts. Meanwhile, I don't even do it as a player, and it's just like, oh, this is not good. This is not good.
I guess I got to start doing that.
I should actually be doing that before I tell someone else.
Hey, it's all about giving the advice. It's all good. You don't have to take it. Just talking a little bit about the Czech national team. So you made your debut with the Czech national team in like 2010, 2011. You were with them through being promoted to the top division again. I think that was in 2015, right? And then into the era of like winning bronze medals. Like you've just been through so much with this team. And I know Carla McLeod kind of put everything over the top when she came into the fold in 2020 or 2021 or whatever it was. But can you kind of just speak to how much you've seen the Czech women's program change over your time there?
Oh, it gives me like a goosebumps, like even thinking about it, because as you said, like even back then in 2011, we played Division 2. Like we bus 24 hours to France to like World Championship, Division 2, to play there, play against Norway, Great Britain, all these teams. And looking now, like going to the Olympics, chasing a medal at the Olympics, like back then it was never even thought. Like it was, our dream was just to go Division 1. And now here we are, like 15 years later, thinking that we can actually win a medal at Olympics. It's unbelievable. It's crazy.
When did you notice the shift? Because I know Thomas Pacina had you guys for the Calgary Worlds, and that's when we were like, wow, this team possesses the puck really well. Like they just need a little bit extra and they'd be great. But when did the shift in the locker room, like where the belief factor really started to switch and all of the players were just like, yo, we're good?
Yeah, like definitely with him. Like he gave us a great structure. Like he helped us a lot to grow as a team. And I think there's like 10, 12 of us that we've been playing together since back then. So like growing together and playing the game over there together obviously helped. But I think the biggest change was when we won the qualifications for Olympics in 2021. It was actually in Czech, so that was great. And then when we won that, and we knew that in 2022 we can go to first Olympics like ever. I think that's when the whole like switch and change started to happen. Even just how people saw women's hockey in Czech too. Yeah,
love that.
Yeah.
And what was it about when Carla came in that kind of put you guys over the top?
Oh, she's amazing coach. She helped us not only on the ice but also off the ice, just putting the team on the same page. Like great positive vibes in the locker room, just trying to fight for each other, even for them, like for the coaching staff and whatnot. So that definitely helped so much. And I'm glad that we got rewarded a couple times winning the bronze medal. And now we have a chance to go to the Olympics with her. So as I said, our dream is to win the medal there.
Yeah, and we're going to be rooting for you. We love that Czech team. You guys bring so much great energy to the ice, and really appreciated this time with you today, Denisa. And we got an official pronunciation on your last name.
Yes.
Like we got to talk through all these amazing Czechia memories. We appreciate this. You're awesome. We're going to be cheering for you the rest of the way and into Milan here.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I still don't feel like I did that perfect.
It is. It's Křížová.
I don't know. I feel like when she said it, there was more Anyways, that interview, everyone, was brought to you by AERO, the official chocolate bar of the PWHL. On or off the ice, feel the bubbles melt. And what a wild story about the Walter Cup and trying to get it back to Czechia and then trying to get it back to the US. And she just seems like such a great teammate and such a great human to be able to, for lots of reasons, but being the one to say, fine, I will take the Walter Cup and travel with it internationally is so awesome.
I love it.
Okay, we gave you a little sneak peek at the Send It segment earlier. Shout out to maybe Poo Poo, one of our favorite contributors here at jocksinjills. We also have a great question from Kendall. And if you want to get in touch with us, send a question to the Send It segment. You can email us, jocksinjills@thepwhl.com. Drop us a DM, jocksinjills across social media. Make sure you're following us there too. Or you can leave us a voicemail. Call us, 1-929-542-2442. This one is from Kendall. Hi, I have a question for the Send It segment. With the Olympics approaching, I've always been wondering what Carla's connection to Czechia is for her to be their coach. Are the rules similar for coaches as they are players and needing to have citizenship for that country? Love the pod. Thanks, Kendall. Tessa, you want to take this one?
Yeah. Carla's always been into coaching, and she was covering the 2021 Worlds. Was it 21 or 22?
21 in Calgary.
Yeah.
She'd been with Japan before that, right?
Yep, she was with Japan, and she had decided to part ways with them. Regardless, Thomas Pacina, Wickenheiser's ex-husband, was coaching Czechia, and her and I noticed immediately just how great of a game they were starting to develop and play. It was a possession game. There was a lot of potential there. We started talking to Thomas about them a lot. And then there's a point where I believe he was stepping away and they were in need of a coach. And he actually put Carla talked about this on her interview with us, where he suggested Carla apply and had spoken to the team manager and was just like, you really got to interview Carla for this. And so she did. As far as being able to coach, no, you can coach anywhere for any country. Delaney Collins used to play for Team Canada, coaching Team Hungary. She now lives down in Nashville. But if you're a good coach and a country wants you, you're more than welcome to take a crack at it if they'll have you.
Yeah, there's no rules around where coaches can go internationally like there is with players. But good call. Great question, Kendall. Appreciate it. Again, guys, make sure to hit up our Send It segment or our Dr. Jill question segment, rather. We're always happy to hear from y'all. Games coming up this week, Tess. Ottawa at New York Tuesday, Toronto at Seattle that same night. Wednesday night, Montreal, Minnesota. That's always a good one, eh? That matchup.
Yeah, I'm more intrigued about Ottawa, New York, because these are two firecracker teams right now that are cooking something nice. So,
oh my gosh, I cannot wait to see those new players in Ottawa jerseys. Like, it's going to be so wild to see Kava in a Charge jersey. I don't know why. Maybe the way like they were bullying the Charge last year in the finals. I don't know. It's wild. It's wild out here, y'all. We hope you have an amazing week. Thank you to our sponsors, Shark Ninja, Clever Mocktails, AERO. Appreciate you all helping us put this podcast on week in, week out. And thank you all for listening. Like I said earlier, make sure you follow us on social media. It's Jocks and Jills, wherever you get your stuff across socials. And check us out on the PWHL's YouTube page too. And on audio platforms, Spotify, Apple Music. Helps out a lot if you throw us a like there. So thank you. Enjoy the games this week, and we will all talk on Friday.